Our next speaker from Algeria, Dr. Berregui with us. He is researcher, writer, and a publisher of several research papers he published in national and international journal. Now we would like to invite to Dr. Berregui.
Yes,
from Algeria.
yes. Hello. How are you, conference organizers? I would like to thank our Dr. Irfan Allah and the Rokhan Institute of Higher Education for offering me this opportunity and giving me the chance to share a sample of my research. Thank you very much. Shall I share my screen now?
Yeah, sure. You may share your screen. You have the full authority.
Yes. Can you see it now?
Yeah, sure. We can see and we can hear you.
Okay. Just.
Doctor, we can see.
Yes, I'm just going to the very beginning of my slides. Sorry. Okay. Just a minute, please. Now, is it visible, my slide?
Now it's visible. We can see.
Okay. Okay. Is it now at the beginning of my presentation? Is it the first slide
now
appears to you?
It's visible. We can see. Yeah, we can
Yes.
see.
Yes. I want to tackle this topic about crafting the introduction section in doctoral thesis, because when supervising doctors, we find the most common problems doctors face, students face, and doctors investigate this problem of introduction section in doctoral thesis, and even in the MA dissertation and articles. The researchers, they may develop literature review, they may do very distinctive practical part, but when they come to introduction, they give it little attention or a little focus, and examiners in vivas, they focus so much on introduction and abstracts, and they are two cardinal points in every research or PhD thesis. Okay, I am Berregui Aissa, or Aissa Berregui from University of Algeria, specialized in language testing and assessment, and also specialized in research methodology. My outline is going to be like the following. I want to start by introduction and definition of IMRAD as the most common style in articles and even in doctoral thesis. Also, I want to speak about thesis introduction itself, its components, and the Swales model and CARS model that we use so much in introductions and conclusion. As we know that writing thesis is governed by conventions and requirements that should meet the expectation of the community of practice in the scientific and academic setting. Therefore, different sections constituting a thesis should be exposed explicitly to PhD and MA students so as to craft their thesis adequately. Now, what is IMRAD? IMRAD is an acronym of Introduction, Method, Results, and Discussion. In scientific writing, IMRAD is a common organizational structure or a document format. IMRAD is the most prominent norm for the structure of a scientific journal article or thesis, because we find many scientific journals adopting this style, and they ask you to adopt this style so as to accept your article. Now, what is introduction section? The introduction section is the first section of a thesis or dissertation, appearing right after the table of contents. The introduction draws your reader in setting the stage of your research with a clear focus, purpose, and direction on a relevant topic. Although your introduction is placed at the beginning of your dissertation, it doesn't have to be the first thing to write. It is not the first thing, the right introduction. Introduction, we usually write it at the end of research. It is often one of the very last parts to be completed just before your abstract. But it's still necessary to write a rough draft of your introduction at the beginning as you begin your research, so as to guide you and to be focused with your research questions. Now, the components of thesis introduction. We have these components in sequential order. Number one, we have the background of study. It should appear at the beginning of our research, of our introduction, sorry. In this section, I'm introducing the topic by providing the background of the study and by contextualizing your research to generate interest. The second component is the statement of the problem. Stating the problem of the study is in narrow sense. We try to narrow the focus from a background to a very specific gap. Then we put or we discuss the research questions, the question the study seeks to answer. Number four, we have to put or develop the research hypothesis. A research hypothesis is an attempt at explaining a phenomenon or the relationships between phenomenon, variables, or in the real world. Number five, aims of the study. Closely tied to the research question. The aim of the study should be tightly close to the research questions. Number six, significance of the study. The importance for the topic and field and each contribution to your research. Number seven, we have the section or the part of research methodology, presenting the approach, the tools of data collection, and the measures of data analysis. Number eight, structure of the study. How is the dissertation organized? What does each section contribute to the overall aim of the study? Also, some people, they may develop or put the limitation section here part, but some others, they prefer to put it at the very end before the conclusion. Now, what is Swale's model 1990? The CARS model. Swale's model 1990, or the CARS model, abbreviation of the Creating a Research Space model, is a schematic discourse structure of the research article introduction, rhetorical convention that govern the introduction genre. It's also applicable to thesis introduction. It is an analytical framework consisting of moves and steps, which fulfill different communicative purposes. The move is a structure of text with a specific communicative function. Swale's 1990 CARS model is a modified version of his initial 1981 model, which consists of 3 essential moves rather than 4. The moves in turn are divided into steps, which are either obligatory or optional writing rhetorical stages. Now we discuss the moves of this model. Move one, it is called establishing a territory by. How to establish a territory for your research. Claiming centrality. B, making a topic generalization. And C, reviewing items of previous research. The second move is called establishing a niche by A, counterclaiming, B, indicating a gap or research gap, C, questions or raising questions and discussion, D, continuing a tradition. Move number 3 is occupying the niche by, number 1, outlining purposes of your research, 2, announcing present research, 3, announcing principal findings, and D, or 4, indicating the research structure. Now, this is a common framework used in research. Now, the conclusion, different parts of the thesis introduction should be structured carefully with a high precision, because the introduction will summarize the whole research work, and it's the first part to be read after the abstract. Crafting thesis introduction also must be associated with the right lexicogrammatical choices. And thank you very much. And sorry for this concise and precise presentation. Thank you. Dr. Irfan?
Thank you, Doctor, for your kind presentation, and thank you for your patience. You have waited from a lot of time. Thank you once again.
Yes, thank you so much.
Participant, if you have any questions from a doctor is here from Algeria. Otherwise, we have the last speaker. We will end up today's seminars. But for tomorrow, we have the last day. If you have any questions, you can do it.
May I have a question, sir?
Yes,
yeah,
welcome.
Sure.
Thank you so much for the great presentation. My point is that although it's not directly related to PhD or doctoral thesis, but what do you think about the following IMRAD strategy and review articles? And the second point, how we can formulate the headings and subheadings of our thesis or research paper? What do you think about that? Thank you.
I think yes. I think IMRAD is not advised to be used in review articles, because I heard this from many reviewers, and as by my experience in research, is not recommended to be used in review articles. It is used mostly in practical research when we have case study or something. Concerning the using of IMRAD in articles and PhD thesis, here we must include review in the general introduction or as introduction itself. We have all the aims and all the theoretical part included as the introduction, then methodology, IMRAD, then we have now let me go back to yes. This is difference between a PhD or a thesis with IMRAD and the other one without IMRAD. In IMRAD, we should include the literature review in the introduction section. But in other researchers, we should put a general introduction, then literature review. This is IMRAD. This is called also IMRAD. Literature review, then a methodology and results and discussion. Discussion itself, it includes the conclusion or general conclusion. Am I clear?
And so what about this systematic literature review? What about this type of articles?
Do you mean using IMRAD in review articles?
Yes, sir. What about systematic reviews?
I didn't do that much. Reading through my readings and the articles I read and through research, I didn't met IMRAD in review articles. Most of my articles and the ones I read were practical and practically oriented. I'm not sure about this. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you. And what about the second question about formulating the headings and subheadings in a thesis or research paper? How we can formulate those headings?
The headings should be in sequence. For example, introduction. The introduction here is not like the other models. Introduction here should include the literature review itself, or the theoretical part. We call it I, referring to introduction. Then we go to M, which is methodology section, then results section, then the discussion, which itself includes recommendations, conclusion, and everything. I have three or four big capital letters.
Okay, sir. And this is the same case for those papers which is written like a review or for practical also?
I'm not sure about review articles. I told you my answer. I'm not dead sure about them. I'm speaking about
sir,
those who have. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Doctor.
May I have a question?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Yeah, thank you, Doctor, for your presentation.
Thank you.
Can I explain regarding Rabia's question, or I should directly ask my question?
Yeah,
Yes, you
sure.
can explain. Yeah, explain, please.
Yeah. Regarding that, the heading and subheading, that's the style that's belonging to the style of the writing that you are following, the Chicago style, Emily style, or maybe the APA style, or that there is a different different kind of style of writing and research. Regarding to your area of specialization, you have to choose the best style of the writing. And regarding the systematic literature review, there is a different kind of approach, that is literature review or review of literature. In review of literature, you have to be very systematic to your theories and those researches that done before, and you have the sequences of the very exact material to how to approach to the gap of the research. And my question is direct to the doctor is, you mentioned dissertation and thesis. There is a difference between thesis and dissertation. Many research organizations and institutes and universities, they are using these terms in different manner. They are using thesis, there is a criteria, there is a dissertation, they have their criteria. And my question is, what is the difference between thesis and dissertation that they are focusing the introduction part? Thank you.
Yes, I want to just to clarify as by my experience and according to research, dissertation belongs to MA. Master students, they do dissertation. In Algeria, for example, universities, MA or master, we say master dissertation, and we say PhD thesis. And there are some differences, and there are some books and stuff about that. But one employing IMRAD style, it's applicable for all of them. Articles, MAs, or research, even research, we can use the IMRAD style. It's broadly applicable to all these. Okay.
No, I asked what is the difference between dissertation and thesis. I'm not talking about the model of the writing the introduction. The exactly different between dissertation and thesis. Yeah, do I know the dissertation is using for the MA, but there is a university that they use the term of the dissertation for the PhD students also. The thesis, that the thesis word is a very philosophical word, and they have very exactly view regarding that concept. I'm just asking the difference between these two terms.
As for me, dissertation is a small size. It may, for example, include 2 research tools or sufficient. But for thesis, as by my readings and according to British researchers, they say doctoral thesis, and it's very long work. It belongs to one philosophical paradigm, like the one discussed by the doctor from I think Filipino, about positivism and interpretivism, and it's very long work and includes many or at least 4 or 5 research tools. It's very long work, and it have to be very critic. Okay. Hello.
Yeah, doctor, we can hear you.
Yes.
We can hear you.
Yes, I gave him the answer, and I don't know.
Yeah. Thank you. You did your job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, speakers, researchers, scholars, and professors to join us. It was the second day of research methodology and techniques. Tomorrow we have the last day. for the international seminar on research methodology and technique. Thank you once again. Now the time is to come. We will end the session. Thank you once again for your kind participations. If you have any suggestion, any recommendation, you can do it. From participants, speakers, and researcher, if you have any recommendation, suggestion, you can do it. Otherwise, we will end the session for the day.